Hi, everyone. My name is Alan Chhabra, and I'm the SVP of Worldwide Partners, Public Sector Asia, and ISV Sales here at MongoDB. MongoDB is a leader in data and one of the most popular application data platforms in the world. With over 150 million downloads of our product, database developers around the world use MongoDB to build new applications and modernize legacy ones. Zeloni has been a great partner of MongoDB and has helped many customers migrate data from old monolith workloads and applications to new microservice stacks in the cloud. In fact, Zaloni won MongoDB's 2021 Technology Partner of the Year. It's an absolute honor to be presenting to you today. Thanks for making the time. Now, I first wanted to start with a quick level set on what we see happening everywhere in the world, especially around enterprises and their move to cloud. In today's digital economy, an enterprise's competitive advantage is directly tied to how well a company builds software using their data. The companies that are ahead of the pack are maniacally obsessed with empowering the teams that write software to do it easily. Pretty obvious. They remove obstacles for the developers and prioritize productivity and experience so that innovation is recurring, sustainable, and scalable across their entire org. However, we've seen time and time again that most enterprises just never get there. In fact, the Boston Consulting Group states 70% of enterprises' digital transformation innovations fail. Now, it's important to understand why. Well, we continually hear from customers that the root of this problem is how they have to work with data, especially in the application lifecycle. Managing data has always been the hardest part of building applications. This is compounded by the fact that applications use data far differently today than even 10 years ago. Yet most applications are still built on a technical data foundation that is 40 years old, which makes no sense and causes massive headaches. To be specific, we see our customers struggle to innovate in three areas. First, the relational database most companies use were initially designed to solve a different set of problems. Back when storage was expensive and people were cheap. Now it's the opposite, and maximizing productivity is paramount. Second, the problem is that row and column data structures clash with the object-oriented program languages developers use today. And third, in addition, rigid data structures make it hard to experiment, iterate, and evolve as requirements change. Developers that want to leverage legacy data models are shackled, and it's really impossible to innovate. And let's go further. Rigid data models alone, they're not the biggest limitation. Other inherent shortcomings of relational databases cause companies to apply band-aids to meet modern application demands. They string together single-purpose NoSQL data stores, dedicated search engines, embedded data stores, dedicated analytic systems, and large data warehouses. For each application, this leads to a huge sprawl of over-complex and very brittle architectures. If you try to put all this together to create a foundation for an enterprise developer to innovate and write software, you just see massive complexity. All of this unnecessary complexity becomes a tax on the enterprise that's trying to innovate. We here at MongoDB call this the data and innovation recurring tax, or DIRT. This recurring tax is one that the companies and their developers are paying for year in, year out. And I would argue that it's imperative to address it head on. This is why, back to my earlier point, 70% of enterprises fail with their digital transformation. Now, we here at MongoDB believe to remove this innovation tax and innovate at scale, companies require an application data platform for their developers with three major attributes. First, a platform has to be centered around a modern distributed database built for developers today that scales to meet tomorrow's requirements. We believe that document data model is the answer. It naturally aligns with how developers think and code. Second, the platform needs to be inherently flexible, allowing you to easily model and remodel your data for a variety of use cases while still enabling you to apply governance and security where and when needed. And finally, the platform needs to have unlimited horizontal scale in the cloud, obviously, plus the ability to easily distribute data to satisfy data sovereignty and ensure fast performance on a global scale. This is basically why MongoDB exists as a company. For the last 11 years, this is what we've been doing. We're providing the best-in-class application data platform that's leveraged by millions of developers around the world. Back to my earlier point, it's been downloaded 150 million times. We exist to help our customers and enterprises resolve the dirt and innovation recurring tax problem. Data and innovation recurring tax is the problem, and it's our mission to help customers solve it. Now, almost all enterprises I speak to get the dirt problem, but they follow up and ask a secondary question. Alan, what if I already wrote the application and want to move it to the cloud? This is where it's critical that our customers understand the two paths on the table as they move to the cloud. Customers have a choice when moving to the cloud. At the bottom of this slide, you see the typical lift and shift emotion or approach. We here at MongoDB obviously see this as a misguided. In many cases, the customer stays on old, complex data architectures as they move to the cloud. They still have the dirt. They don't get rid of it as they move to the cloud. The customer does not really fix the application and thus gets a limited ROI and does not unlock the value of the cloud. Now, on the top of the slide is the far more strategic and, in our world, the right approach for the enterprise. Fix and modernize the application using the document model, all the attributes I mentioned before, as you move the workload to the cloud. This kills two birds with one stone and truly unlocks the ROI and benefits of your journey to the cloud. Now, it's convenient for me and MongoDB to push the benefits of cloud modernization, which is on the top of this slide. And you may ask, do we really have the credibility regarding tools, partners, SIs, and best practices to do this? I argue, no doubt we do. 100% the answer is yes. This is where we put thousands of hours into building tools and programs to help our customers and our ecosystem with the cloud modernization path to avoid the dirt problem for your applications, both old and new. First, back to my point about people helping you, architects, ecosystem. We have poured thousands of hours helping SIs become experts in cloud modernization. Here is feedback from just one SI, Accenture, on MongoDB's SI Architect Certification Program. If you're an SI out there listening to this, feel free to go to the website at the bottom of the slide, check out what we have. We have a full 40-hour self-paced certification to help you become an expert in cloud modernization. Second, we have built a toolkit that you can download from our website to help customers and partners assess which application should they modernize and move to the cloud, leveraging the application data platform I mentioned before, and how actually should they do it. This is where our fantastic partner Zeloni comes in. Zeloni most recently helped a customer migrate and modernize a fleet management system built on a database from the 1990s that was on-premise to a microservices architecture built on MongoDB Atlas on AWS. They helped migrate 4 billion records and 4 terabytes data with the end goal of avoiding the dirt. And they have just accomplished that.
With the rise of NoSQL and document databases, organizations are changing the way they store and structure their data. Data no longer needs to be stored in tables or follow requirements of the more traditional relational databases. Users can now store data in what is sometimes a more practical nested approach. To address this, Zeloni has partnered with MongoDB, a pioneer in NoSQL technology, to integrate the use of their scalable, cloud-agnostic storage solution, MongoDB Atlas. In this quick demo, we'll show you exactly how Arena is able to store both traditional relational tables and these nested documents using MongoDB Atlas. To better explain this though, let's first take a look at a few slides that show what we've done. Here we have two standard tables, customer and orders, and they relate to each other via use of the customer ID field in the orders table. What we'd like to do is store these in a single nested approach so that multiple orders are shown under a single customer. We'll be utilizing a customer table with John and Mary, and we can see their orders given by the 1 or 2 of their customer ID. We'll use Arena's workflows to join these two tables together, and what we created was a single nested document on the right. Let's see how this looks in Arena. Here we can see our customer table entity with John and Mary, and we have a separate entity for our order table. Using Arena's workflows, we were able to join these tables together and create a new document that is the customer orders. Here we can see our resulting document, and if we go and preview our data, we can see we have two entries, John and Mary. Drilling down into these, we can see we have that nested structure. So for John, I can see multiple orders, and under each order, multiple items and their respective product and quantity. All right, that was a quick look at how Arena allows users to utilize NoSQL and document style structuring with MongoDB. If you'd like to learn more or to schedule a custom demo, visit our website at zaloni.com/demo.
And that really summarizes what I have to say today. Zeloni has been a great partner. We here in the industry and at MongoDB have to help our enterprise avoid the dirt as they build new applications or modernize legacy and move to the cloud. I would love to answer any of your questions today, but I really appreciate Zeloni and everyone who attended my session today. Thank you.